Dear associates, today let us discuss about extension of MACP to level 9 to the station masters, those who are joined from other categories like commercial clerks, signalers, etc. The railway board misinterpreting the rules framed by the DOPT and adopted by the railways under 101 of 2009 and 16 of 2020 after the implementation of the pay commission, 7th pay commission. And they say those who are joined from other categories are to be treated as, and that their entry must be treated as promotion. That is quite wrong because the rules are very specific. MACP rules are very specific, and it doesn't say that that has to be treated as promotion at all. If you go through the para 1 of MACP in both the circulars, that is 101 of 2009 as well as 16 of 2020, the basic concept what they have taken into consideration is entry, that is direct entry grade, not direct recruitment quota. There is a vast difference between entry to the grade and there must entry into the direct recruitment quota. So what the railway board letter 101 2009 as well as 16 of 2020 specifically stipulates, there shall be 3 financial upgradation under the MACP counted from the direct entry grade on completion of 10, 20, 30 years of service respectively, or 10 years of continuous service in the same level in pay matrix whichever is earlier. So the para 1 throws more light on the wrong interpretation of the railway board. That is, whether that can be treated as a promotion or that has to be treated as a recruitment. So here, the commercial clerks, signalers, whoever it may be, they are being, as per the avenue chart, they have been recruited to the direct entry grade of station masters, whether on absorption or on surplus ground and whatever it may be. So what does it say? From there, it has to be calculated whether they are stagnating or not. So if you apply para 5 of the 101 of 2009 as well as 16 of 2020, both says promotions earned, upgradations granted under the MACP scheme in the past to those grades which are in the same level in the pay matrix due to merger of pay scales bar upgradations of posts recommended by the 7th pay commission shall be ignored. This is as far as 16 of 2020 is concerned. If you go through 101 of 2000, it is also very same. What you call, both are similar. Promotions earned and upgradations granted under the MAC scheme in the past to those grade which are in the same level in the pay matrix due to merger of pay scales, upgradation of posts, the same shall be ignored. So there is no difference between 101 of 2009 and 16 of 2020 as far as the merger of pay scales, merger of grades are concerned. So we have already explained how the merger has helped us to get level 9 in all probabilities. So when we go through para 5, even for those SMs, those who have joined from other categories like signaler, commercial clerks, etc., are also eligible for level 9, ignoring it as a promotion because it is not treated as a promotion as far as MACP circulars are concerned. They say it is only in a entry into the direct entry grade. So direct entry grade of station masters is 1200 previously, then it has been converted into 4500, then it has been converted into 2800 level 5, and now after the implementation of the pay commission, as per para 6.1, you have been upgraded to 4200. Para 6.1 is very clear, and it says that in cases where financial upgradation had been granted to government servants in the next higher grade pay in the hierarchy of grade pays, as per the provisions of the MACP scheme of 2009. But whereas as a result of the implementation of 7th CPC, 7th Pay Commission recommendation, substantive post held by in the hierarchy of the cadre has been upgraded by granting a higher pays level. In such cases, the MACP already granted to him prior to 7th CPC shall be refixed in the revised pay structure at the next higher level of pay matrix. So they have also given an example as far as postal inspectors are concerned. In that they have stated, case of postal inspector in the Department of Post, who was granted first MACP in the grade pay of 4,600 in PB2. He will now be granted grade pay of 4,800 in the pay band of PB2 level 8 for the pay matrix, consequent upon the upgradation of the post of postal inspector from GP42 to GP46 level 7 in the pay matrix. However, all the financial upgradations under the scheme should be done strictly in accordance in the hierarchy. That is correct. That we also accept, because that has been taken as a policy decision by the government. Now, what is your position? Your entry level from 2,800 to 4,200, as we have already explained in the first video clipping itself, upgraded to 4,200 level 6. So now your entry grade was altered or given an advantageous position retrospectively by the pay commission. What does the pay commission says? All those who are in the, as far as 11.40 concerned, it is very specifically stated 11.4055. The commission note that 7% of the entire cadre of station masters presently in GP 2800, 53% in 4,200, 40% in GP 4,600. Keeping in mind the identical educational qualification and the duties and responsibilities, since there is no difference in duties and responsibilities, the historical importance of it is now upgraded to GP 4800 and then fitted in the revised payments. What they say is, now you are supposed to be upgraded to 4200 retrospectively, as on those who are on 2800, that as on 31/12/2015, and then refix their pay. So their intention is that all station masters, those who are appointed whether in 130 or 330 or 1200 or the 4500 or what you call for 2800 grade pay, all are to be upgraded first. So only by abolishing the minimum grade pay of 2800 after the 6th pay commission or after the 7th pay commission level 5, you are eligible to get 5,400 grade pay or level 9 as far as MACP is concerned. Only on those aspects MACP is extended. If at all they say that only the, and what you call this amendment of the recruitment rule plays a very important role as far as extension of 5,400 grade pay has to be taken into consideration, then those who are going to be appointed with the upgradation of 28 to 42 after 16 to 18, that alleged amendment of recruitment rule, only will be able to get 5,400. That will be happening only after 30 years of service after 16 to 18. So it is not the case. There was a very, very specific direct command given to the government of India, that is railways, that all those in 2800 must be upgraded first, then the pay level must be fixed according to the 7th pay commission recommendation. If that be the case, when it has been retrospectively operated, those who have joined from other categories also, from the date of joining, your grade, your minimum entry grade pay has been altered to upgraded to 4200 grade pay. So when you are stagnating in 4200 for continuously for 20 years, you are eligible for 2 MACP. Suppose you take, in 1987 there were recruitments by way of absorption from commercial categories, commercial clerks as well as signalers, because signaler posts were declared redundant, abolished, and then they have what do you call, they given an option to their employees to switch over to other categories like ASMs and guards. So suppose if you opted for ASMs category, your entry grade would have been 1200 at that point of time. Now because of the upgradation of 2800 to 4200, your entry grade pay was changed from 1200, that is 2800 to 4200 from the date of your entry level. And there are many other aspects also. Railway board is misinterpreting, stating that you have been absorbed but you are not what you call selected. You can go through para 9 of railway board instruction under 101 of 9, as well as 16 of 2020. It also gives you a very clear picture how that regular service to be calculated. If you go through para 9 for the purpose of MACP, it shall commence from the date of joining of a post in direct entry grade. It is not against direct recruitment quota. Again, I am repeating, para 1 also very specific on this aspect. Para 9 is also very specific on this aspect. Regular service for the purpose of MACP shall commence from the date of joining a post of a direct entry grade on a regular basis. So you have joined as per the avenue chart against the direct entry grade on a regular basis on a direct grade or on absorption by re-employment basis. So the commercial class signalers, those who have been absorbed on the basis of what you call making surplus of signalers post as well as commercial post, cadre review and all. When you are joining against a direct entry grade to the post of station masters by way of absorption, also you are eligible for MACP to the level 9. So that cannot be treated as a promotion. Why they say is direct recruitment based on an absorption by service rendered on casual or ad hoc or contract basis before regular appointment on pre-appointment training shall not be taken into reckoning. So you are not been worked, you are not been engaged as a casual worker, you are not been engaged as a contract worker. And our training is also not a pre-induction training; it's a post-induction training. You must understand very systematically. You will have to understand our posting, our recruitment has taken place substantively. Then, for the purpose of railway working, we have been given with training at zonal training school, and there is a class also that you are supposed to pass the examination conducted at the end of the training period. Only after that you are getting qualified as to be posted as ASM. When you go back for the purpose of increment, your date of appointment will be construed as you have joined when you have joined the school for the purpose of training. So the increment will be drawn from the date of joining the school. If that be the case, if you go through the rule for increment, it very specifically says that an employee can get an increment only if he is substantively holding the post. So if that be the case, your substantive appointment takes place when you join the school for the purpose of training. So there cannot be any misinterpretation as far as station masters or whoever it may be, even commercial clerk or permanent way inspector or whoever it may be. Training period also must be reckoned for the purpose of MACP. Now, in throughout India, in all the railways, they are not taking into consideration the period under which you have been given training. So your period of training may be differing from 6 months, 4 months, something like that, depending upon the situation, vacancies and all. For a PW and IOW or a signal inspector, whoever it may be, that may be varying from 1-2 years, nearly 2 years. So they are losing their period of training for the purpose of MACP. So here also the railway board is misinterpreting the rule, because the para 9 which has been circulated by the DOPT and adopted by the railway board under 101 of 2009 as well as 16 of 2020 has to be applied in true spirit, because the intention of the rule makers is very specific. You are not supposed to neglect that period of training. As well, that the absorption also must be taken into consideration. There need not be any recruitment against direct recruitment quota. It is only an entry to the direct entry grade. Only for that purpose, that MACP is being denied by railway, misinterpreting the rule, and railway boards are issuing the circulars. And as far as my knowledge goes, any interpretation must be given only by the DOPT as far as MACP is concerned, because that has been one of the preconditions laid down by the DOPT as far as MACP is concerned. The railway board doesn't have any independent role as far as MACP is concerned to issue clarification, because that is very very important that the SMs, those who have been recruited as SM from commercial category or signaler category or TNC category, whatever it may be, that cannot be construed as a promotion. That service also cannot be neglected or wiped out. Your entry must be taken into consideration. From there, if you are not able to get the promotions for the continuous 20 years or 30 years, you are eligible for 3 MACP as per para 1 of 101 of 2008 as well as 16 of 2020. you need not have any suspicion at all. If at all they are denying me, it is only because of the misreading and misconstruing of the rule that has been specified by the DOPT, and railway board doesn't have any power, as I already stated earlier, doesn't have any power to interpret MACP circulars. So my request to the station masters, those who have joined from other categories, they are supposed to agitate on this aspect and see that you are also getting 5,400 grade pay, that is level 9 MACP on completion of 30 years. As far as MACP in regard to 4.6 and 4.8, when you go through 6.1 of 16 of 2020 railway board circular, it has been very specific. It is nothing but a replacement. So your entry grade has been changed to 4,200, and if you are stagnant, if you are without any promotion for the past 20 years, from 88 to 2008, you have completed 20 years, you are eligible for 4.6 and 4.8 as on 1/9/2008 on the same date. There is no doubt at all. You are eligible only on those lines. The para 1 and the para 1 of 101 of 2009 and 16 of 2020 explains how MACP to be granted. So if that be the case, you are eligible for 2 MACPs as on 1/9/2008. Then if you calculate 10 years, you are supposed to get your 5,400 on completion of 10 years from 1/9/2008, or completion of 30 years, whichever is earlier. So when you complete 30 years of service from being appointed against the direct entry grade of station masters category, you are eligible for 5,400 grade pay, level 9, certainly. And I am very sure that we can very well impress upon the railway board or the local authorities of general manager or CPOs that how we are eligible for level 9 or 5,400 grade pay on completion of 30 years, even though you have been promoted or absorbed from other categories like commercial clerk or signalers. So I think my explanation will give you some sort of understanding how MACP to be calculated for those people, those who have come from other categories. With this, I conclude. In the next video clipping, let me argue on the extension of MACP to those who have been transferred from other divisions and other railways. With this, I conclude. Thank you. If you like this article or the video clipping, kindly propagate among the station masters, those who have come from other categories, and try to get the benefit for them also without any what you call discrimination. Thank you.